Hello and welcome to another session of our Fit Essentials Basics class. My name is Shauna and I'll be guiding you through the hour. As always, join us when it feels right for your body, rest when it doesn't feel right for your body. I'm not able to be there with you. Some of you are here live with me now to ask questions anytime you need. Otherwise, use your intuition. We're going to be using some long bands, some short bands, and the little broomstick if you have it nearby. All right, if you're not already, go ahead and come on up to standing. Keep some sun out of my eyes here. We're going to start with our spinal cord breathing. So as you come to standing, walk your feet so they're just underneath the hips. Check in with your toes. You want to have your toes pointing straight ahead. And now as you breathe in, think about like lifting up out of your hips, standing nice and tall. On the next breath in, we're going to circle our arms up and around. You're going to bring your forearms together and the palms of your hands together as well. Next, as you exhale, you're going to gently try to tuck into a ball. Bow your head down, pull your belly button in, gently pull your hips under your body. Pausing at the end of that exhale, and then inhale, we're going to lift and open. So lift the chest towards the sky, divide the arms, spread the fingers, pull the shoulders back and down. Really key here, kind of squeeze the bum, protect that low back, and then reverse. Exhale, tuck it down and in. Nice, slow, longer exhale than you normally would. Twice more. Breathe in, lift and open, lifting up out of the hips. Squeeze the bum as you turn the head to the sky. Pausing at the top of that breath, and then exhale, tuck it down and in. Try to breathe out gently through the mouth. Good job. Final time. Lift and open. See if you can breathe in through the nose. Pausing at the top. And then final exhale, longer exhale than normal, tucking the head down and in. After that last exhale, go ahead and relax those hands, arms down. Walk the feet just a little bit wider and come upright to standing. We're going to start next with our little like tree branches here. Arms away from the body, turning the torso, turning the head. As you turn the head, try to find one spot on each side that you focus on, and then taking it back the other way. A couple more times here with the arms away from the body. So I kind of inhale as I come to center, and then I gently exhale as I rotate. From here, I'll start to allow the arms to bend at the elbows, and see if you can ever so gently, if it makes you a little sick to turn the head too much, keep the head straight, and just allow the body to turn around you. Good, so we're lightly tapping the arms against the torso, a little gentle exhale. Good. Very nice. From here, you're still going to tap the body. Take your right hand, tap the upper part of your rib cage here, front of the chest, and then opposite hand, opposite side. Back hand still goes to behind the low back. Front hand comes up. So I take like the base of the thumb, and I'm going right up against the front of the chest. Good. Just these light taps help to wake up some of the energy centers in the body. Our body holds energy in all different ways. A couple more times each side here with the hand on the front of the rib cage, upper portion. Good, now we're gonna reverse it back. Taking that front hand back down to the front of the chest or front of the torso. Back hand is still tapping the back of the torso. A couple more times here, warming up the spine. Waking up those, they call them their kidney meridians. And then gently away from the body. And then just imagine nice and slow, kind of bringing yourself to a stop. Beautiful. From there, walking the feet in. Now we're going to work a little bit of balance. So feel free here if you want to stand near a wall or have like the back of the chair that you can steady yourself on. And we're going to wake up our ankles and feet. So lift everything up, standing tall, little bend to the knee as you pick one foot up. And now we're going to see if we can turn the ankle around. You can also do this seated if you want to take a seat for a moment. So we're just going to turn it about 5 times one way. So I'm turning my foot counterclockwise. See if you're the same or different than me. We're going to set it down for just a second. A little rock of those hips. And then when you're ready, we're gonna lift back up, back to that same foot. And I went from counterclockwise. Now I'm gonna rotate clockwise. So if you were the same as me, follow, or opposite way. Very good. Set that foot down, give the hips a little rock again, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm just gonna spin my chair around. You can just turn yourself around if, as needed. Lifting up one foot, about 5 circles. I'm going clockwise first time on this side. So either steadying yourself or practicing your balance. Feel free to place it down for a second. Just a momentary pause, and then lift up, back to one foot, and now counterclockwise. Point the toes, lift the toes, circling through. All right, fantastic. Let's go into a couple of hip circles, and then we're gonna move into our first circuit. We're starting with a sway. So we'll sway the body, again, practicing some balance. Reverse directions on your hip circles. We're gonna be working for upwards of 45 seconds with each exercise. Try to give you every 15 to 30 and rest. All right, so for our sway, walk the feet in so they're about hip width apart. Bring your arms out to the side, shoulders pulled back, and then when you're ready, you're gonna shift your weight to one side. You can either come onto one leg or just point the toe down, kind of come off that other side. Lift and switch. Very good, and as we switch sides, we can relax those arms down, reach them down, reach them out. Feel like a little bit of a dancer here, down and up. Try to glide, whoops. Balance gets a little challenging at times, down and switch. Lifting up out of those hips. That's our 30 seconds. We'll get a couple more each side, up and lift. Good, down and switch. Wonderful. Once more each way. Over and up. Nice, and taking it back. And rest, all right. Next, we're gonna be going our reverse giant step. If anyone's comfortable to lunge, you can take it all the way into a lunge. Otherwise, standing tall, my toes are pointing straight ahead. I'm gonna step one foot back, trying to keep the heel planted on that lead leg. And I'm gonna drive through my front heel, bring it up, relax those arms down, and switch sides. Opposite leg steps back, reach out, and extend on that front hip, relax the arms down. That's our pattern. Back and up. Really emphasizing weight into that front foot. Heel drives into the floor to kind of propel yourself up and forward. Step back, reach out, and up and forward. That's 30 seconds. Couple more each side. Sitting back, weight into that front heel. Good, reach the arms. There you go, and then just as you're comfortable, stepping a little bit farther, maybe one more each side. Back, up, and rest. Beautiful. Cross crawl is next. This is a great one if you want to take a seat for a moment, you can, or I'll show you standing in just a second. If you're take a seat for a moment, we're going to go elbow towards the opposite knee from a seated position. That would be that option there. If you're happy to stay standing, we're going to go long arms, long legs, reaching across the body, coming onto one leg if you're comfortable to do so, or staying on two legs and bowing forward, reaching across to the opposite side. Good. So reaching if you'd like, onto one leg, or staying planted. That's it. Good job, Diane. You got it, Shirley. Over and across. If you're going onto that one leg, you know, it's really key. You want to be stabilizing through the foot and ankle. Smooth breathing. Wonderful. A couple more on each side. Over and up. Over and up. And relax. All right, trying to grab that broomstick if you have it, long pole or a long band if you have that, whichever one. If you are seated in the chair for the last one, try to come back up to your feet. And now we're just gonna simply open the shoulders, reaching back and reaching forward. Really key here, as I bring that pole of that band up to overhead, don't let yourself sway back. So think ribs down and squeeze the bum as you reach back. Bringing it down, bringing it up. And now on this next one, when it's up to overhead, just gently rotate. So a little bend in those knees and rotating to one side, back to center, and to the other side. Good. Go ahead and bring it down once more. Relax those arms. There you go. And then final time, we're gonna bring it up to overhead if you're good to do that. Get a little bend into those knees, and now a gentle side bend, taking it to one side. Breathe in, come back to center, and same thing other way. Gently bend to the other side, over. Breathe in and up. Gently exhale and bend. Inhale up, and last time. Fantastic. Go ahead and bring that down. Set it down, and let's grab our water, and then we're gonna do it one more time through. Take a quick break. Momentary rest from the shade. All right, we're gonna go back. We'll be going one more time through sway, reverse giant step, our cross crawl pattern, and then we'll do a little bit different variation with the pull on the second round. All right, so when you're ready, back to our sway, standing tall, toes pointing straight ahead. Bring those arms out to the side, and here we go. Lift and shift. Over, arms relax down. Whoops. See, my balance messes up too. Woo. Little wobbly there. Over and up. I don't have to come onto that one leg if it feels like too much. Down and across. Just shift the weight. Sway from one side to the other. Try to push that big toe down on the side that you're leaning towards. When you push that big toe down, it's going to help activate the arch of your foot. And that's a lot of your stability, right? That arch is kind of helping to control the ankle. The ankle helps control what happens at the knee. The knee helps control what happens at the hip, and so on. 10 seconds left. Maybe one more time each side. Up and lift. Shoulders down as you spread those arms open. And last time. And rest. Whew. Shake out those arms. We're going into our reverse giant steps next. So feel free. You can also have like a little chair to kind of balance on as needed here if you feel a little unstable. Otherwise, as you step back, you're going to reach your arms up. Here we go. Stepping back, arms reach up, sitting back into that heel, and then standing tall, stepping forward. Stepping back, whoops, heel planted, and think about extending that hip, so standing tall on one leg. Straight back, arms reach, and arms rest as you step forward. Good. Back and reach. Front shin vertical, heel planted. Looks good. Back and up. Good, 15 seconds left, just over 30. Yep. Heel drives down, chest opens, last one. And rest. All right, so either standing tall, knee to elbow, or join me in the chair. Cross crawl patterns. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So you can go straight arm, straight leg, or I can go knee towards that opposite elbow. If you're standing, you might want to go straight arm, straight leg. You can do it here seated too. To make it a little bit harder seated, I'm going to go elbow towards that opposite knee. So okay not to be able to fully touch. We just want to think about crossing that midline of the body. Very nice. 20 seconds left. You need to relax those arms down anytime, relax them down, and then come back in when you're ready. Good. Sometimes we get a lot of tension in that neck, just holding those arms up. So feel free to listen to your body. If you're starting to feel that tension, shake it out. And 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful. All right, one more exercise in this circuit. Back to the long band or the PVC. If you are seated, go ahead and come back to standing. All right, slightly different variation this time. So we'll start similar. Feet about hip width apart, toes pointing straight ahead. Get that out of the way. And we're gonna bring it up, over the head, trying not to arch back. And then if possible, bring the band or the bar down right behind the head. So it helps open the chest and shoulders. And I'm gonna push straight up and lowering it back and down. So I wanna really focus to open the chest as I bring it down behind me. Squeeze those shoulder blades back, elbows pulled back and down, and push straight up. Couple more. Elbows back and down, Chin in as you push right past the head. One more time. Midline strong, squeeze the bum, and rest it down. All right. Fantastic. From here, we're going to take it up one more time. Up. If you're okay to keep it behind the head. And now we're going to do a little bit of hinging of the mid body. So you're going to set your feet, toes are pointing straight ahead, making sure you're not sway back here. Pull the belly in. Slight bend in those knees. We're going to bow forward, sending the hips back, looking down towards the floor. Drive through your feet, squeeze the bum to stand tall. Good job. Let's go 4 more. Long spine, send those hips back, looking down. I know I'm not a good example with my head because I'm looking at you all here. Squeeze the bum, standing tall. 3 more. Long spine, sending those hips back, hips back, hips back. Straight up. Very good. And not going beyond about 90 degrees. So just as far as you're comfortable to bow forward and then push your feet into the ground to stand. Fantastic. 1 more if you're good for it. Down, down, down. And stand straight up. Bring that band or bar back up to overhead and down in front. Fantastic. All right, let's take a load off for a second. Let's take a seat. Grab your drink. We're going to do a couple stretches from seated. Hello. All right. I'm going to get a little bit of rotational work seated first. So sitting nice and tall, you're going to take your right hand, bring it across the body to the left thigh. Then we're going to sit tall here. Kind of use your hand to pull yourself around. If you have a handle here on your chair, or an armrest, you can push this left hand gently into that armrest. Or I'm going to take my left hand to the left shoulder. As I rotate around through the torso, I'm going to rotate that elbow up and back and down. And turn the head. So you're looking over that left shoulder as far as you comfortably can. And continuously pull this right hand into that left thigh to help encourage that twist. Breathe in, sit tall, and exhale. Gently come just a little bit more into that twist. Let's go 1 more breath. Breathe in and exhale. Very good. Unwind there, coming back to center. Before we go to that other side, we're going to get some movement through the mid-back. You're going to take your hands onto the bottom part of the thigh. And now it's going to be kind of like a seated cat-cow here. Those of you that know cat-cow from yoga, you're going to roll your shoulders forward, pull your chin in towards your chest, kind of blow the air out, and then you're going to inhale, lift, roll the shoulders back, turn the head up towards the sky. Good. 3 more there. Exhale, roll the shoulders forward, drop that head down, pull the belly button in, and inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, gently looking up. 2 to 3 more. Exhale, round down. Inhale, lift, shoulders roll back. Try to lengthen through the neck and spine. 1 to 2 more. Exhale, roll forward. Inhale, roll back and lift. Last one. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Very good. All right, remember where we started with that seated twist? We got to balance ourselves out on the other side. So your left hand reaches around, grab the right thigh, and now your right hand to the shoulder. If you have that armrest, you can push into the armrest. Otherwise, sit tall, and let's get about 10 or so backwards rotations. Breathing in, sitting tall, exhale, gently trying to guide a little bit more into that twist. Turning the head, looking over that right shoulder. Breathe in, sit tall, exhale, just ever so slightly into that twist. 1 more breath here. And come back to center. Beautiful. All right, a little more rotation. You're going to take your left hand behind the head. Sitting nice and tall, you'll bring that elbow towards that opposite thigh. And then back to center. You're going to use your right hand, take it on the inside of that right knee, and just ever so gently, as you turn the body, gently push the right hand into that right knee. So we're going to go 3 to 4 more. Breathe in, close it down, rounding forward. Exhale, sit tall and gently rotate. Good. 2 to 3 more. Breathe in, lower down, sit tall, rotate. Good. Just checking out y'all there. Good. Twice more. Down and in. Lift. Turn the head and the eyes. Final one. Breathe in lower. Sit tall and twist. Very good. Before we jump to the other side, we're going to go like a little seated forward fold here. So kind of come to the edge of the chair. Make sure your feet are firmly on the ground. Sitting tall up out of my hips. I'm going to take the hands, pull the belly button in. I'm just gently going to round forward, reaching down towards my toes. And I pretty much feel this in my low back area here. You get to choose how far forward do you want to bend. Not trying to force. Lower that head down. So you're kind of looking right at your thighs, chin pulled to the chest. And 2 to 3 breaths in. Trying to expand the back of that rib cage as you breathe in. Exhale, gently drop forward, not forcing. 1 to 2 more breaths. Expand the back of the ribs. Send the air into that part of the lungs that doesn't always get the air. And exhale. Final one. And when you're ready, use the hands on the legs. Gradually make your way on up. All right, and then let's balance ourselves out. Rotations on the opposite side. So your right hand behind the head, sitting up nice and tall, elbow towards the opposite thigh. And you can take the left hand gently on the inside of that left knee to help encourage a little more rotation. Roughly 5 times here. Breathe in to close. Inhale, sit tall and gently rotate. Fantastic. Couple more. Last one. Fantastic. If your water is convenient, go ahead and grab a quick drink, and then we're going to make our way back to our feet. Wonderful. Feel free to move those shoulders and the neck throughout. Just kind of check in with your body. Where are you feeling tension? All right, come on up. We're going to go 3 cycles of this next circuit. Feel free if you want to kind of watch on round 1. Join for as much or as little as you want. And I'm going to give you 2 options for the first exercise. If you don't feel like you want to pick up any weights today, you could do a little bit of a good morning. We're going to cross the arms over, similar to like we did with that PVC or that broomstick on your back. You're going to bow forward and stand. That's option 1. So go ahead and join me for this as a little bit of a warm up to bow forward. I notice my back is nice and flat. Spine is long as I hinge forward. Option 2, as you warm that movement pattern up, is if you want to hold some weight, we call it a deadlift, picking the weight up off the ground. I'd lower it down right between my feet and then squeeze the glute and stand. Control down and stand. That's going to be the only one that uses any weights. From there, we're going to be doing a body weight exercises. So just take a moment here, decide which of those 2 movements you want to do. I'm going to show the good morning on round 1, and the next 2 rounds, I'm going to use the weight for the deadlift. And then we're going to be using the chair or a tabletop back of the bench for some elevated mountain climbers second. All right, when you're ready, toes pointing straight ahead, either arms over the shoulders, or if you want to deadlift, you can. 2, 1, here we go. Belly strong, bowing down, and then push through your feet to bring yourself back up to standing. Squeeze the bum, standing tall. Good. Bowing forward, chin in, looking down as you bow forward. And then again, as I go to stand, I push through my feet, and I want to stand straight up and down. Very good. Long spine, bowing down, chin in, and standing tall. That's 30 seconds. We're going to go about another 15 if you feel good for it. As always, you're always invited to rest early. Feel like you need to. It's not wimpy, it's just intelligent. Final 1. Belly strong, bowing down, and standing tall. Fantastic. Set that weight down if you're using it. Shake out those arms. We're going to go into either an elevated plank, or if you feel like marching the legs for a mountain climber, you can. You're going to place those hands just underneath the shoulders, walking the feet back, holding that belly strong. And you can either hold right here, or with the hips nice and level, you're going to pull your knee towards the same side elbow. So pushing strong through your shoulders. Try not to have a lot of rock through the hips as you lift the knee up and down. And we're doing 30 seconds here, so a little bit shorter. We have about 10 seconds left. Pulling that belly button in the whole time. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Walking your feet in, coming back up, and now we're gonna make our way to seated. You can either sit down on the floor if you're comfortable to get on and off the ground, or join me in the chair with your long band. Seated row with the band is next. If you don't have bands to use, just mimic that upper body movement. You're still gonna get some benefit. Seated in the chair, you're gonna take the band around one or both feet. Really key here to sit up nice and tall. When you're ready, you're gonna reach your arms out. Palms are facing down towards the floor. And then as we pull those arms back in, I'm gonna rotate the palms up. Reaching forward, palms down. Squeeze back and in, palms up. Beautiful. Both arms together if you can. Reach and row. Reach and row. Beautiful. 20 seconds left. Try to pause in that pulled back position into that row. Think a long spine here, neck long, chest up. Good. Reach and squeeze. Forward and back. Last one. Reach, row, and rest. Fantastic. Go ahead and set that band aside. Make your way on up. If you're a little bit more fatigued today, rest this second round and then join us again on the third round. Otherwise, as you come back up, let's grab a drink. We've got about 20 seconds here before we start the next round. So you're gonna take a little moment here and kind of shift the hips around. Hopefully you have some good music on your end. Move your body to the beat. If there's not any music in your space, maybe you can have some music in your head. Humming along to your favorite song. All right, you're welcome to stick with that good morning movement that we did on round one. I'm gonna move into a deadlift, picking some weight up off the ground. So I've got my dumbbell down just between my feet, standing nice and tall. I'm gonna bow forward, just like in that good morning, driving my knees out. And now chin in, push through the ground. I'm picking my weight up just to my hips here. And then I lower down, sending those hips back. If it's tough for you to get close to a toe touch, you may not want to bring your weight all the way to the floor. If it feels like a strain in your back to do so, then just stop about knee height. So I can bring it down to about knee height, a couple inches off the ground, and stand straight up from there. Good. Bowing down, long spine, and squeeze the bum, stand straight up. Fantastic. Couple more. Over and straight up. Very nice. Last one. Hips go back, hips go back, hips go back. Stand and rest. Good job. Set the weight down if you're using it. Mountain climbers are next. So either making your way to a wall or supporting on the chair. Fantastic. Go ahead and set both hands down underneath the shoulders. Walk the feet back. Really key here. Don't let those hips drop in. And then when you're ready, midline strong. If you want to lift those knees up. Trying to control it, trying to touch the same side elbow if you can. It's okay if you can't quite get it that high, just as high as you're comfortable. Exhale as you pull that knee up and in. Kind of blow the air out of the lungs. A little less tension through that diaphragm. One more. And rest. Good job. Walk the feet in, squeeze the bum. Come on back to standing. And making our way back to the chair or sitting down for our seated row. Nice work. One or both feet. Reaching out, palms down. And then when you're ready, pulling them back and in. Sitting tall, reach and row. Good. Reach and squeeze them back and in. Beautiful. Forward. Back, breathe in to reach, exhale on that row. That's 20 seconds, right about halfway. Good. So I'm rotating the palms up. As I pull in, activate a little bit of that bicep, palms down, rotate palms up, reach palms down. Last one, row and rest. All right, before we hop back up to our feet, or if you were resting, join us here. We're gonna do another round of that cat-cow from a seated position, get a little bit more mobility through that mid back, and then we'll come up for our final round. So palms on the thighs. Pull the belly button in, roll those shoulders forward, tuck that head down and in, and then inhale, roll the shoulders back, sit tall, gently turn the eyes up towards the ceiling or sky. 2 to 3 more there. Chin in, exhale, rounding forward. Roll those shoulders back, lift the head. One more time. Blow that air out of the mouth. Shoulders back, sit tall. Very nice. Maybe just kind of gently rotate side to side, turning the head. Very good. We can kind of circle those arms. Beautiful. One more time. Very good. So if you did the first 2 rounds and want to take a break on this last round, I always invite you to do less is more oftentimes. But if you're like, hey, I'm ready for 3 rounds, then come join me for this 3rd round. I'm going to start here in 15 seconds. So either your good mornings, bowing forward and standing, or picking some weight up off the ground. This time, instead of 1 weight, I'm going to hold 2 weights, 1 in each hand, and I'm going to bring it on the outside of my legs. So standing tall, toes pointing straight ahead, and when you're ready, bowing forward, go to about knee height, and then stand from there. Squeeze the bum, chin in, long spine as you send those hips back. Very good. Nice position, Diane. Good. Think chest up just a little bit more, shoulders back. There you go. And up. So we want to try to not let those shoulders round forward so pulling the shoulder blades back as you bow down. There you go. Nice. Push those legs and stand. Great job, Shirley. We're over halfway. Bowing down, about 10 seconds left. Midline strong. Squeeze the glutes. Stand straight up. And last one. Midline strong as you bow forward. Push through the legs. Squeeze the bottom. Fantastic. Set that down. Elevated mountain climbers, final round through. Good job. We'll start in 10. So you can go right against the wall if you'd like, just leaning into the wall, or hands on like the back of a chair, the seat of the chair, make sure it's stable. And 3, 2, 1. You're joining us here, pulling the knee up. Want to not have a lot of shift to those hips. So we're trying to stabilize through the hip as you pull one knee up and then the other. Turn your gaze down so you're looking right between your hands. Good. Gentle exhale as you pull that knee up and in. Maybe one more on each side. Fantastic. When you're ready, walk the feet in, squeeze the bum, standing tall, and then we'll make our way back down for our final seated row. If you took a rest on the first 2, if you can join us for this one. It's a great motion here for that mid back, helping our shoulder blades to stay in good position on our rib cage. Alrighty, arms fully extended, reaching out. Sit up tall out of those sit bones, and when you're ready, pull them back and in. Breathe in, reach, exhale, row. Good, long neck as well. Keep that head lifted. Try to keep the eyes up, looking straight ahead. Just feel what you're doing with the arms and the band instead of staring down at it. So keep the eyes up, head up. Good. Breathe in, reach. Exhale as you row. Good. We're over halfway in, 15 seconds left. So that's 30 total. Reach, squeeze, maybe 1 or 2 more. And rest. All right, fantastic. The water bottle is handy. Grab a little drink. I'm gonna go into our final circuit. All right, so these have a couple movements that we haven't specifically done before. So the first one is going to be a seated leg extension. Where we're going to lift the leg up and down, getting this quad to fire. If you'd like to use a band for this, if you have like a moderate sized band, you can loop it up and tie it into a circle. You have ones that already are a circle, you know, depending upon their length. It just doesn't work for it to be a really small circle. And you can just watch me and use bands later as well. And then I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna put this band underneath my chair, or I've also seen it where you can put it around both ankles, but I prefer it to be underneath the chair. I feel like it gives me a bit more to work with. From here, so you're gonna join me here. Instead of going for time, we're gonna go for reps. So you're gonna go 8 to 12 reps on one side, and then we'll switch. So sit up nice and tall. You can either hold onto your seat or you can have like one hand on this thigh to feel it contract. And then when you're ready, you're gonna pick this leg up, extend it out, and bend it back. Extend and bend. So go ahead and count your reps here between 8 and 12. Drive it up, pull it in. Good job. Squeeze and relax. Check in. I found myself kind of starting to slouch into my posture, so stay tall. Whew. That's 8 on my end. Remember, less is more, so don't feel like you have to go all 12. I'm going to go to 10 and rest. So if you are using the band, now I need to switch legs. So I'm going to shimmy around. I'm going to put the other leg into the band. And when you're ready, you can start without me too, between 8 and 12. Try to do the same number of reps on the other side. Bending the leg and extend the leg. Good. 4. Drive and relax. 5. Drive, relax. Pulling those toes back forward towards you as you extend that leg. Still sitting tall. 1 or 2 more. And rest. All right, from here, we're gonna come to standing and we're gonna work the back side of the thighs a bit. We worked the top side of the thighs, our quads. Now we're gonna work our hamstrings. This can also be done with bands, but I'm gonna go without the band this first day. Just kind of leave it to the side. So I'm gonna stand behind my chair, somewhere where you can kind of stabilize yourself. And now I'm simply gonna bend one heel up, bending only at the knee. And you wanna try to not let that thigh rotate out at all. So straight on, pull the heel underneath the body towards the glute and relax. So again, looking to kind of count your reps here. 8 to 12 is our goal. Squeeze and relax. Staying out of the edge if you feel like you're about to have a, sometimes the hamstrings can be an area a little bit more prone to cramping. Squeeze and relax. That was about 6. I'm gonna go shooting for about 10 here. Make sure you're not dropping into that other hip. So stand tall each time in between reps. 1 or 2 more. Heel up, down, and switch. In between legs, let's go hands on the hips and give yourself a couple of hip circles here. Rotating around. Very good. And reverse directions when you're ready. Taking it back through. Wonderful. All right, so I was on the right leg. I'm gonna just spin my chair around and we're gonna do that same thing on the opposite side. So making sure as you bend the leg as well that you don't let the back arch. So belly button pulled in the whole time, nice and tall, and whenever you're ready, heel towards the bum, extend the leg, and flex at the knee here. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Beautiful. Keep that thigh facing straight ahead. Sometimes the thigh wants to rotate out, like an external rotation, so keep it straight on. Lifting up out of those hips every time you bring that foot back down. A few more. Squeeze, relax, last time, and rest. All right, instead of hip circles this time, let's give a little hip rock side to side. Fantastic. And then next, you're either gonna do a squat sit. That's what I'm gonna guide you through. If you're pretty confident in your squats, if you wanna go right into, if you wanna do some air squats, you can. Otherwise, I'm gonna encourage you, use your chair, use a countertop, something that you can stabilize your upper body. And now we're gonna walk our feet about hip width apart. Give a slight toe out with the feet. And then when you're ready, you're gonna send your hips back. Keep your chest tall as you push your knees wide. So we're coming down as far as you're confident into that squat, staying strong. And use your upper body as needed, but push through your legs. Come on up. Very good. And then taking it back down. Knees push out. You can reach those arms out. Great job, Shirley. Good. Reach and then open and stand. Nice. Maybe one more. Sinking back. Knees wide, knees wide. There you go, Diane. Good. Sink, 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 and push into the ground and stand. Wonderful. All right. Give yourself a little applause. We're going to do that one more time through, coming back to our chair for those seated leg extensions. So if you're using the band, again, I'm going to put it around the leg of the chair. Take a seat. My foot through the band. And totally fine not to use the band here. You can just extend that leg up and down without it. So sit tall. And again, going for more reps here than anything. Oops. 8 to 10. Straight up, straight down. I did 10 last round, so I'm gonna try to match that this round. So a little more isolation work than we normally do, just trying to build some strength in those individual muscles. The stronger those individual muscles get, the better we'll be able to use them in conjunction for our more complex movements like the squat, the step ups, the deadlifts. I'm so bad about counting and talking at the same time. 1 or 2 more. Drive that leg straight out and down, sitting tall, whew, and rest. All right. It's one of those exercises that it kind of sneaks up on you. It's like doing a little bit more than you realize sometimes. All right, same thing, other foot. Extend and lower. Good. It's a little harder to arch while you're seated, but make sure the spine's neutral, so belly in. Pulling those toes towards your face as you extend the knee and bend the knee. Good job. Extend, bend, a couple more. And rest. Whew. All right. Give those thighs a little love tap there. Kind of clap against them. Get them moving. Beautiful. Shake them around. Keep that blood flowing through the legs. It's kind of like a little self-massage. If they're sore later, you can do this as well. When the muscles are sore, they need more blood flow a lot of times. So you can either move your body or be your own little personal masseuse. Rub those muscles. That will help get the blood into there. All right, beautiful. Come on up. We're going to do our hamstring curls from standing. All right, balance. Standing tall. Toes are pointing straight ahead, making sure we're not arched here. So pull that belly button in nice and neutral through the midline. And then whenever you're ready, heel pulls straight up and relax down. We're going all on one leg, and then we'll switch. 8 to 12, pull the heel toward your bum, and then rest down. Good, getting a little smarter. I'm trying to count with my fingers as I move. Very good. Remember, we don't want that hip to kick out on your non-working side. So I'm on my supporting on standing tall through my left leg as I bend my right foot up and in. I'm gonna go one more here, bend it up, and relax it down. Beautiful. In between sides, let's walk the feet out a little bit wider. You can balance on your chair here or reach the arms straight out, and just ever so slightly, we're taking into like a little bit of a side lunge, pushing the knee out, keeping those heels planted so you can walk the feet a little wider if you need. Good. Diane does that fun little arm thing. I like it. Learn a little bit from each other. Reaching the hand to the opposite knee. Beautiful. There you go. A little opening the thigh. I like that. Kind of like a windmill here. Reach. Open that inner thigh. Fantastic. And then walk those feet in. Let's balance ourselves out, taking it over to the other side. So I was bending my right knee. Now I'm going to be on the left. Stand nice and tall. Remember to check in with the midsection. So we don't want those hips to be rocked forward. Rock them back. So you're nice and neutral. And then when you're ready, I'm on the left leg. Straight up and down. Remember, we're gonna avoid that rotation through the thigh. So knee and toes pointing straight ahead. Squeeze it up and relax it down. Good. Up and down. Every time you set that foot down, stand up tall out of your hips. Very good. A few more. 9. And last one on my end. And rest when you're ready. All right, awesome. All we have left before we stretch is either that squat sit or those regular squats. And if you want to squat to a chair or a bench, you can, sitting back, tapping the chair or the bench, and standing tall. Okay? You can hold on with your upper body as well. If you want to hold a little bit of weight, you can. We're going to take another 30 seconds here, working on our squats. Driving the knees wide, really key there. Keep those heels planted. I can't see many of your feet, so I just trust that you're pushing your heels into the floor as you send those hips back, and then keep that chest tall. Good job. Rolling down, standing tall. Beautiful. 1 or 2 more. Back, back, back. Up, up, up. And go ahead and rest. Woo! All right, nice job. Grab a drink. We're gonna do a couple stretches from standing, and then we'll take a seat. All right, so I'm gonna demo the movement for the people that can't grab their foot. It's gonna be this version here of opening the hip flexors. If you can grab your foot for a quad stretch, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, left foot forward, right foot back, either Ijima-G knees over the shoulders or straight up. Lifting up out of those hips, you're gonna shift the hips forward and back, forward and back. Good, and then you can rotate your body towards your front leg. So if your right foot is back, rotate towards the right. If the left foot is back, rotate towards the left. Whew. Very good, relax it down. Either kind of stay there for a second, or those of you that can grab the quad, I saw some of you just move into that stretch. Here's an opportunity to grab that foot. Or just hang out for a second if you can't. So I'm holding the foot, pulling it towards my bum. I know I make it look easy. Remember, that's my job, literally. So if it's harder for you, be kind on yourself. Probably haven't done it as often as I've been doing it. Go ahead and release that foot. And we're gonna make our way to the other side. So now you'll step your right foot forward, left foot back, either up overhead, or I'm doing the I Dream of Genie arms across the shoulders. Lift up out of those hips, shift those hips forward, shift them back. Squeezing the bum as you shift forward, and then gently rotate towards your right, assuming your left foot is back. Shift it back, lift and gently rotate. Turn your head, looking over that right shoulder. Very good, ladies. Back and up and pivot. Very good. Either stay there, keep opening there, or if you want to balance out, if you can do the quad stretch on that side, then we'll come on in and stretch that quad. Grabbing your left foot. Whew, good. Yeah, if you want to make this a balance exercise, you can. It kind of is, even when you are supporting your hand. About another 10 seconds if you can hold on to it. And 2, 1, and release. All right, everyone, walk those feet in. We're going to go behind the back stretch, and then we're going to take a seat. So walk those feet nice and wide, standing tall. Open up the arms as able. Interlace those hands behind you. Try to grab onto the hands. And you want to straighten out those elbows, opening the chest. Very good. Try not to arch the back. So ribs pulled down and in. And now bend down into those legs. Get a little bend in those knees. Heels planted. Very nice. Good to take into that forward fold as you choose. Head down, arms up. And breathe nice and deep into the rib cage. Back side of the rib cage if you can. One more breath. On that next inhale, go ahead and come on up. Woo. All right. Take it on down to the chair. Come closer. right. Just a little bit of time left here. Sitting nice and tall. Let's start with a little bit of head and neck love. So we're gonna circle the head around just very gently. Imagine I'm there in your living room, able to grab onto your earlobe ever so gently, lifting your right ear up, bringing your left ear down towards your left shoulder. And now you're gonna lower your chin down towards your left collarbone. Again, kind of lift the chin up. Still imagine that I'm lifting up on your right ear. Try to say the opposite, and then bring your chin down towards your left collarbone. Maybe one more time there. Lift the head up. Gently rotate. Still have that side bend, and then turn the chin down and in. So just getting an ever so gentle stretch on the upper part of the traps there, back side of the neck, and then come out back to center. Good. Once you get back to center, you just very gently kind of tilt the head side to side, and then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So then imagine I'm there, gently lifting up your left earlobe, bringing your right ear towards the right shoulder, but think about lengthening instead of collapsing. And now ever so gently lower that chin down towards your left collarbone. Still imagining that gentle lift up on that left ear. And we'll do that tilt up and down a few times. Back to neutral, lifting up through that left ear. And gently turn the chin down and in. One more time, lifting up, just back to neutral, and bending it down and in. So again, just a gentle stretch along the back side of the neck there. When you're ready, come back to neutral. And now we're gonna go flexion and extension. So sitting tall, chin towards the chest. If you'd like, you can take your fingertips on top of the head, just a very gentle overpressure. Then we'll come back to center, hands cross over the chest. If you're comfortable to do so, just a gentle downward tissue pull as you look up. Very good. Let's go one more time there. Sitting tall, chin down towards the chest. The option to add that light fingertips on top of the head. And sitting tall, can gently pull down the skin in front of the collarbones as you look up. Very good. And then we'll just gently rotate. So sitting tall, turn the head, looking over your right shoulder. Back to center, look over the left shoulder. Really key to use the eyes as well. So instead of only turning the head, think about turning the eyes as far as you can. Back to center. We're gonna do that once more each side with the option of a little overpressure. Overpressure, I'm gonna use 2 fingers up on the cheekbone. So I'll turn the head and then ever so gently guide it a little bit farther on the cheekbones, never forcing. Good, back to center, same thing, second side. Sit tall, turn the head, and gently invite that neck to turn a little bit more. And release. All right, beautiful here. And then we're just gonna do from a little side stretch reach, so make sure your feet are firmly planted. Reach across to one side, bringing it down, reach across to the other. Beautiful. Let's get about 3 to 5 times each way. Stretch and reach. And I always like to remind people, keep in mind the side stretch, just like we're doing here. You can do it seated, you can do it standing. It's really great to help relieve tension in the low back because it all connects in. That fascia, the muscles of the side body, connect into the muscle coverings of the muscles of the back. So once you do those side stretches, I'm in the little low stool here, but you can reach those feet out and gently round forward, reaching down for the toes, bring the chin towards the chest, and a couple breaths into the back of the ribs. Always trying to expand. We only utilize on average a very small amount of what our lungs are capable of. So as we, even when we're young in life, we want to still use those, try to expand, right? Keep that diaphragm working, keep the ribs expanding, and your breath is your tool to do that. So anytime you feel extra tension in your body or when you're stretching, tap into that breath. Use that as your guide. It can help reduce our stress, help reduce our anxiety, and just keep us nice and vital and strong. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. Please add in anything else. Use your awareness throughout life. Stay hydrated and stay cool. See you next time.